Hey guys, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I am so glad you are here with us. Thank you so much. Tonight we're going to be making one of Isaac's favorites, and since he's home, I believe I'll make it for him. It's going to be a chicken and rice casserole. I have done this one before. There's another video on it, but we're gonna do it again. This video, or this recipe, does come from Paula Deen. I did change things just a tad bit because there's some things in hers that we don't like. So anyway, let's get started. If this sounds like something you're interested in, or if you like farming videos, gardening videos, mainly cooking videos, and some ministry videos, and just some grocery hauls and day in the life of, just a little bit of everything. If you like that, then give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you guys don't miss anything. So let's get started making this chicken casserole. Okay guys, I've already started a little bit, so let me show you what we've got started over here. Let me take the lid off. I have over here, I have 4 chicken breasts. It was a pack of 4 chicken breasts that I got at Food Line on sale, I think. I have that in water that I have seasoned with a bouillon cube. I have put some poultry seasoning and some seasoning salt in here. So that's what's going in. It's boiling. I'm going to put the lid on and let it just cook till it falls apart. It's going to whistle at me. It's going to whistle. So that's what we got going over here. Now, in this pot, I don't have my ingredients out, so don't y'all fuss at me. I don't have my ingredients out. But in this pot here, we're going to go ahead and cook the rice. My camera is looking foggy. I don't know if the video looks foggy or not, but it might be my glasses. My glasses may need cleaning. But anyway, I use an Uncle Ben's regular original, just one box. One box. And you just fix it as to the package directions. So, of course, I don't have any of that done. So let me get everything together. I'm going to put my rice in. We are going to need, hang on, it tells me what we need somewhere. The rice, the contents, 2 1/4 cups of water, and a little bit of oil. And we're going to stir that well, bring it to a boil, put the lid on, and let it simmer until all the water is gone, which is about 20-25 minutes. So there goes the seasoning packet. I'm going to grab the water and the butter, and I'll meet you back when this rice is done. Okay guys, so my rice is done. It is ready, so I'm just going to set it aside. I've gotten my chicken out here. I've just got it out of the water. It is I boiled it, then turned it to simmer to put the lid on, then eventually just turned it off and let it sit in. And as you can see, it's just fallen apart. And so I'm going to take 2 forks, separate this. You can use your mixer to break up your chicken, but in a chicken casserole, I like to get good chunks of chicken. So I'm going to shred it with a fork, so not to get it quite so fine. Using a mixer is good if you're doing chicken tacos or chicken enchiladas or something like that. But with a chicken casserole, I like to get big chunks of chicken. So I'm just going to use a fork and separate them. We're going to need 3 cups. Now, if you use a little extra, it's totally fine. So we're going to see. I may have some left over, but I'm going to get somewhere between 3 and 4 cups. So I'm going to get started shredding, and I'll meet you back here in just a second. Okay guys, like always, we're ahead of schedule. So let's assemble this casserole and just get it ready and have it set aside so I can go clean the back room and start hanging up some clothes. So I used 3 chicken breasts. I have 1 left over. So I'm going to put it in a baggie and save it for another something. I may show you on a video what I fix for myself when I'm not feeling well. I mean, I fix it other times too, but it's especially comforting when I need some, if I'm not feeling great and I need some comfort food. It's so easy. You don't really use that kind of chicken, but adding that chicken to it would be delish. So I'm going to show you how I fix that on our next video. But anyway, I'm using the same pot I boiled it in. I just dumped out the broth, took my napkin and wiped out. You know how it gets that foamy stuff around the side? I just took my napkin, wiped it out. No need to wash it because that's why I'm using it, so we don't have to mess up another pot. So in here is going my chicken that I've shredded up. And see, I like some big pieces. Like, I like to get some good substance in my chicken. Sometimes doing it in the mixer gets it too fine for me. All right, I'm going to add in my rice. And you need a big bowl or pot to mix this in because it kind of grows on you. Sorry, y'all are hearing that metal on metal sound. Y'all, I love my pots and pans. They're Maxim, I think is what they're called. They're in my Amazon storefront. If you go down in the description. Oh, I love them. They're very similar to the old-timey Salad Masters. You know, the set that I probably couldn't afford at one time. So, all right, I'm just going to kind of mix it as I go. All right. In this goes 2 store-bought cans of green beans. I didn't have them because I rely on these. And I did buy some store-bought for Easter. But, so I'm just going to use 1 of my home canned green beans. And I've drained the water out of it. Or at least most of the water. Okay. So, let's add in, you need a cup of mayonnaise. Now, this recipe, there's a few changes, not many changes, but just a couple that I've made. And somebody kind of fussed at me one day and says, why do you change the recipes? Well, it's like, if a recipe calls for something that my family doesn't like, why would I put it in there? But I think I could make it better, or at least, not necessarily better, but to where my family would like it better. Why would you not? I don't understand why you wouldn't change the recipe. If I've made a recipe and I think it's too salty, I'll cut down on the salt. Why wouldn't you? I don't know why that was offensive. I mean, people tell me on my videos all the time things that they would do differently, and I'm not offended by that because people like different things. Now, if you tell me, ooh, gross, nasty, that comment's getting deleted. But anyway, I just don't know why that offends people, that I don't go strictly by the recipe. That's what's fun about cooking, is changing things up and making it. Look, there's pesto in that mayonnaise. I can tell Bryant's been in the pesto and mayonnaise. Good gracious. He went hog wild with the pesto and mayonnaise. Not enough to taste, though. Alright, so there is our cup of mayonnaise. The first was a half, and then that was a half. So, yeah, but cooking is to be creative. I mean, that's what's fun about cooking. Don't be scared to try something. Don't be scared to change something. That is what makes cooking fun. Now, here's one of the changes I made. Not because I don't like what she put in it. It's just because I never have it. She usually puts cream of celery. I like cream of celery. It's just not something I keep on hand usually. Cream of chicken and cream of mushroom is pretty much a staple here. And yes, you can make your own I just don't have time. And so that's one of the changes I made. Another change I made is Paula Deen puts water chestnuts in hers. So if you like water chestnuts, add the water chestnuts. If you wanted to add corn to this, I've never done it, but why not? It is a delicious, delicious casserole. All right, I'm going to have to get me a big, heavy-duty spoon. A big, heavy-duty spoon. And we're going to stir this around. It's kind of stiff as you make it, but oh my goodness, it is so good. Now, to me, what I'm fixing to put in here is what makes this recipe absolutely amazing. And that is, and you can add, if you kept some of your chicken broth, if you felt like you needed to thin it up a little bit, you could add some chicken broth to it. But what I'm about to add in here now, to me, is the game change winner. This is a jar of diced pimentos, and I'm going to put the whole jar. And I did drain it a little. I don't worry about getting everything out because it's just delicious. Such a good recipe here. This has been a staple at our house for years. Now, I'm going to add in a cup of shredded cheese. I have this store-bought. I'm going to add in and this looked about like a cup, so I'm going all in with this. And then I've got a block of cheese over here that I'm going to shred just a little bit up to put on the top of this. But y'all, does this casserole not look amazing? So I've got it already put together. All I have to do is, when it's time for supper, preheat my oven and get it in. So let me get my tin pan over here and I'll be right back. Wait! I just about did a huge no-no. I forgot another most important ingredient. You know, the chicken's important, the rice is important, the pimentos are important. Every ingredient in this is important, and I about forgot one. That's the chopped onion. You need a chopped medium onion. So let me add that in here. I know why I forgot it, because I said I'm going to chop that ahead of time and have it ready, and it'll be ready to go in. Well, I didn't do it. So, therefore, I forgot it. So, now it's going in, and we're going to stir that in. So good. Oh, I don't know how I could forget the onion. My grannies. All right. Y'all, I mean, you could take a spoon and eat this right here, because everything's, you know, nothing's raw in here, so you could definitely start eating this right now. But let's get our pan over here. Love my tin pans. I use those all the time. Y'all guys know that. I'm going to give it a good spray. This pot's heavy, so I would turn it up and dump it, but this mixture's heavy and the pot's heavy, so we're using a spoon. I don't know if you guys, if your churches do Easter breakfast or not, but my husband bought extra bacon for our Easter breakfast. The men usually do the Easter breakfast on Sundays. They cook it, and then the community, whoever's there wants to eat, can eat. And so my husband bought extra bacon. So tomorrow's fellowship meal at the church, we're doing BLT. So I don't have to do a whole lot because the bacon's they went ahead and cooked it for me too. So I just have to heat it back up and then slice the tomatoes and pull the lettuce apart and figure out the most efficient way to toast up the bread. So there's this casserole ready to go in, but I'm going to take my block of cheese and shred a little bit up. I'm going to shred just a little bit up. And I never can remember how to do this. There we go. And I'm just going to, there we go. I'm just going to shred just a little bit to sprinkle on top. You don't have to do this. This is not necessary. But it is a great thing to do. And y'all be careful with graters. I always seem to, there is a safety feature, but I can't use it, so. All right, I think that's plenty good. I'll save that to munch on. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do a little more. Maybe I'll grate a little more. I gotta save me a little bite to munch on. I love, it has to be extra sharp. Has to be extra sharp cheese, but I love it. All right, here we go. That's perfect. That's gonna be perfect. All right. So I'm going to cover this with tin foil. You don't necessarily have to bake it covered, but since I made it early and ahead of time, and I'm just going to set it aside and wait for supper time, I'm going to cover it with tin foil. I will probably, because you're only going to bake it for about 30 minutes at 300. So I'm just going to, I'll take the tin foil off when I bake it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know when we come back. But I'm going to nibble on this cheese. It is so good. I love extra sharp cheese. Y'all, let me tell you about our day. It has been a day. Poor Isaac was going to take the trailer. I mean, this is just farm life. This is what happens. He was going to take the trailer to get hay. And we tend 2 different farms. And for some reason, I think he had in his mind he was going to the other farm. And then it dawned on him, no, I got to go back. He had missed his road. So he goes up to the next road. And he's on the tractor pulling a big gooseneck trailer. And so he goes to turn around. And he hits somebody's whale and busts the whale. So, needless to say, we didn't move any hay today. And Bryant has spent it fixing a whale. But it's okay. It's all in your attitude, how you look at things. We could have gotten really upset and talked about how this just messed up our whole day. But there's a lesson to be learned in it. And it was a lesson for Isaac. Maybe a lesson for the homeowner. Maybe a lesson for Bryant. If you look for the silver lining, there's one to be found, and there's one there. And God will teach us something through everything we go through. So, anyway, he's teaching me patience right now because I'm wanting to dig into this casserole. I'll bring you back after we put it in. Well, I'll bring you back when I put it in and tell you if I've decided to leave the tin foil on or take it off. I don't know what I'm going to do. But we're going to have yeast rolls and a potato, probably a stewed potato. Although, I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking stewed potatoes, and that's it. Stewed potatoes, because your green beans are in here in the casserole. So I'm thinking casserole, stewed potatoes, and yeast rolls. So I'll see you back when it's time to put this in. Okay, guys. You caught me eating a piece of my strawberry cake from Easter. So I'm going to uncover it to go in. So I'm fixing to put it in right now to a 300-degree oven. My yeast rolls are up here rising. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the casserole done and then put the yeast rolls in when they come out. Okay, guys. So while the casserole's baking, I've got some exciting news to tell you. So I filmed it earlier, me telling you. So stay tuned and listen to my exciting news. And then we'll be trying the casserole when you come back. Good morning, y'all. I just got some great news. And I had to come on here and tell you guys. So I just found out my kitchen remodel, well, the house remodel, because it's more than just the kitchen. My house remodel is set to take place or to start next week. And what you won't see anything at first because they're starting under the house first. They got to get that floor, and it's the same guy going to do everything. So once the floor's done, they're going to roll right into the inside, hopefully. And so that means we got to do some shopping. We got to do some cleaning out. We got to do a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm overwhelmed thinking about it right now because I didn't start it because I didn't know when the kitchen remodel was going to start. I mean, we're several months behind. And so now it's real. And the guy says I'm coming. And, oh me. So you'll get to go shopping with us for cabinets. You'll get to help me clean out. Y'all probably just sit and watch me clean, and I can talk to you guys while I clean. And that may be a great devotional video while I clean out. I might can do a great devotional during that. My wheels are already rolling. So anyway, y'all stay tuned because we got some exciting stuff coming up. I know all of you guys love my blue cabinets. I get comments all the time on these blue cabinets. Well, let me tell you, the cabinets are coming down. These cabinets are not, they were built for the 50s. The sizes of things were different in the 50s. And so it served its purpose, but these are not good functioning cabinets. So, anyway, so all the cabinets are coming down. And I'm going with a stain. I know that's probably out of style because I know all the grays and the sage greens and the distressed whites and all that stuff is in. But I want something that will carry this through forever. And I'm also, I just want I kind of like I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to take you guys shopping with me for cabinets and see what you guys think. And, I mean, not that I'll change my mind. Because if I'm stuck on something that I like, there's probably pretty much nothing that can change my mind. But my one thing is I want lots of light in here. So I know that the stain's going to make it darker in here. I know that. I get that. But I still want a lot of light. So I got to figure all that out. And but I tell you what, I was worried about my bathroom being dark. And it's anything but dark. So my bathroom is bright. And we went with the darker color on the wall, if you remember. So maybe it all depends on what kind of lights you put up. So I'm excited about this. Great news. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. I just had some exciting news. Bryant called and says he's coming next week. And even now I'm thinking, did he say next week or this week? It's one or the other. So it might be this week. And, whoo, I got to get busy, y'all. Got to get busy. Okay, guys, there's the casserole out of the oven. Looks so good. So good. All right, the yeast rolls are in and we'll be ready to eat in just a little bit. Okay, guys, do I have a surprise for you? Look who's going to be my taste tester today. Him and Bryant have worked very hard today, and he came in and got a shower where Bryant did not. So he is, he gets to be the guest of honor to taste this casserole.
Because I'm not dirty.
Because he's not dirty, and he looks presentable. Look. Y'all, it is so good. Here you go. I got you one.
This is my favorite casserole.
He already knows he likes it because it's his favorite. Talk loud where they can hear you. Too.
Okay.
He gets to burn his mouth tonight.
It's hot. But it's so good. This is by far my favorite casserole that she makes. It's delicious.
And I've got yeast rolls to go with it and stewed potatoes. Yeast rolls and stewed potatoes. Look, Bryant's going to show you a yeast roll. All right, guys. Well, we're going to enjoy and spend some family time together. And I'll see you guys probably on Thursday. I may put one up tomorrow. We'll see. If not, I'll see you Thursday. Thank you guys for watching The Farming Pastor's Wife. And remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.